The new numbers are in. 80% of the buying power is now in women's hands in the United States. Welcome to the Shakaama. Welcome to the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. Women are quitting being CEOs. There's an international push in Western society to have women represented in leadership roles. The problem is they are literally trying to pluck women by virtue of just being a woman out of thin air and putting them into these positions. Do you understand the premise of the video? Do I have to doing my Bill Cosby impersonation? Be sure to thumbs up the video, leave a comment. Give me your opinion. I don't care what it is. This is the intellectual channel. Give me your opinion as to what you feel about this topic. I'm going to present you with some facts as to what is really going on. I'm going to try and keep this short. If you could, please donate to the channel to keep it alive. I'm battling YouTube to stay on YouTube because YouTube doesn't want such things. Now, let's continue on with the script. To give an example, the same thing is true in sciences. They are trying to get representation of women in sciences, right? The problem is they are demanding women be put into these positions, plucked out of thin air by virtue of just being a woman, and boom, now you're a chemical engineer. Boom, now you're a mechanical engineer. Boom, now you're a chemical researcher. Boom, now you're a biochemist. For those of you sitting at home, it would be like me hiring you right now to be a physicist. You start Monday, your salary is $120,000 a year. You have 50 astronaut candidates depending on the outcome of the project, which starts in February. Testing starts in 2 weeks. So, when I say women are quitting being CEOs, are any of you shocked? Are any of you puzzled by this outcome? One woman called into the Kevin O'Leary show and said, I've just been made director of operations. I've never done operations before. So, how did this woman get hired? Companies are literally plucking women out of staff or brand new hires and placing them into these positions because places like California have made it the law you must have XYZ number of women in XYZ leadership roles in your corporation. Ultimately, you, the consumer, and the payor of these corporations will bear all the brunt of this. You're going to be driving the car and it's going to fall apart. You're going to be driving over a bridge and it's going to collapse. A building is going to fall on your head. You are ultimately the ones who are going to bear the brunt of all of this. And I'm not exaggerating. It has already happened. Women wake up and realize they can't do the job and don't want to do the job, and they quit. Some companies can't hire women because other women have already told them that a woman can't do that job. For those of you at home who don't understand, they have women meetings. I attend them online, not in person. Get your head out of the gutter. You couldn't catch me dead in a bra and panties. My bush would scare small children. That was a joke, YouTube. Don't demonetize me. But seriously, women communicate online all the time, and they definitely give the yay or nay to companies and positions. Even the hiring companies will be candid about a job and whom they think will benefit from applying for the job, who will be hired for the job. Right, you're not supposed to do that, but they do that anyway. The bottom line is, as far as hiring, it should be left to individual companies, right? And it should be, may the best man win, not I have to pick a woman because she's a woman. After countless studies, contrary to the women's group's demands, women do not make good leaders nor good CEOs. They lose money for the corporations. They hate the 120-hour work weeks. They hate being away from their family all the time, all year, every holiday, birthday, Christmas, men put up with that. And still, there is no stigma placed on men for being single. But there is still a stigma for women being single. Because a woman, if she so chooses, can get any man at any time. Even if they're not so great looking. We live in that day and age where women are hyped so much that the non-good looking woman can get a man too. Now, I then started researching after I went through the reports. I started researching what the women were actually saying. And it came back to the very first thing that I said in this video. 80% of the buying power is now in the hands of women. And they want that to be represented on the boards of corporations. Let me do a little bit of a logic problem for you. If men have been the ones in control of these corporations and these businesses and manufacturing and producing products and delivering products and putting the products on the shelves and selling the products to the women, and 80% of them of the buying power is in the hands of women, does that not prove that it is men who are better at the job of getting women to purchase stuff than women? Let me throw in this other monkey wrench for you. If you're still inclined to say women should be the CEOs of these corporations, less than 1% of female started companies will make $1 million. Do you understand how hard it is for you to start and run a company and it not make $1 million? That's tough. That's tough. There are literally kids in high school who are making $1 million off of selling cookies. I am not even kidding. I already did an entire video just on that topic alone. Women businesses do not make $1 million. In business, $1 million is nothing. Do you know when they're talking about business capitalization, getting on the stock market, they divide up the companies by how many billions of dollars that the company actually makes. All run by men, white men. Not all, but men. So it's 80. What is it? It's 80% of the Fortune 500 companies are run by men, and 72% of those are white men, which means that there's a lot of black men running Fortune 500 companies. Oh, okay, maybe there's a Chinese person or what could there what else could there be? That's it, right? Asian, white, or black, right? Latino is not a race. Okay, finally, the bottom line is this. Women CEOs went from 34 to 27. That's in the Fortune 500. So they went from 34 women CEOs, Fortune 500 companies, to 27 when they were trying to push for 100. Women want control of their lives. This is what women want. It's great to have a job and kids and husband, but being CEO is not attractive to them. Even being on the board of directors isn't attractive to women, nor even senior leadership. They want to be able to go to that recital. That means that a woman will choose to be a manager at most, and even that's pushing it. Women want to literally work 30 hours a week. That is data that is open and available to everybody. That is what women want. They're not being forced to work 30 hours a week. That's what they want. They want a flexible schedule. This is what women want. But the women's groups are not pushing for what women want. The women groups are doing whatever the women's groups are doing. They don't take surveys of women. They don't ask women what they want. But I'm telling you what women want. They want a flexible schedule. They want to be able to come home when Junior is sick. They want to be able to make that piano recital, that ballet recital, that dance recital. They want to be there when Junior says mama as the first word, right? They want to be there when Junior takes the first step. That's what women want. Women's groups are not giving women what they want. They're pushing for something else. Now, the fact that women are okay with what women's groups are doing is it literally they're on the fence about it because now there is a backlash, and supposedly I don't have any indication of this. Supposedly the women groups have lost online. That supposedly Twitter, the social justice warriors and the women's groups on Twitter have lost. I have no indication of this personally, but this is the word on the street. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for thumbsing up. Leave me your opinion. I know everybody's got to have an opinion one way or the other, every single one of you, because you are still buying the products. You're still driving on the road or riding on a bus on the road. Everybody is affected by this particular issue. Thank you all for watching. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Know that Shakaama loves you.